Hello, everybody. If I don't have God's love right now in the state that I'm currently in, then I have no hope. What is my hope if I don't have God's love right now? Is it that I get better? Then maybe He'll love me. The thing is, I've tried to get better. I've tried to not covet. I've tried to not lust. I've tried to not get angry. And you know what? I still do it all the time. I don't have my life together. And it seems like the longer I live, the more and more my life is spiraling out of control. Um, the the less spiritual, I suppose, I seem to think that I am. I'm realizing that I'm not spiritual. I'm not good, you know. And if my hope is that God will love me once I get it together, God's never gonna love me because I'll never get it together. You know what I mean? And the harder I try not to covet, the more I find myself coveting, you know. And again, and another thing, my circumstances don't determine God's love for me. You know, just because I don't have a certain thing doesn't mean God doesn't love me. Um, that's not true. You know, I don't know how material blessings work, but I have to believe that God wants to bless me. I have to believe because there's no other fruitful way I feel or think. And so, and it's true that God loved us when we were first far off. That's a fact. So anyone that says you need to, or you're not blessed, you're not loved until you act a certain way, or you're not, loved by God until you clean up your life, like that's not true. He loved us first while we were yet sinners, before before any Christian was a reality, you know, and that's love. Loving us, accepting us as we are. Obviously, yeah, He loves us for who we are. Uh, and obviously, there's a problem with sin, but He dealt with sin at the cross. And, not anyone who believes is justified. They enter